All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Jerry Kozine. We are now recording this PTO presentation of study skills at the middle school level. I'd like to welcome all of our parents and maybe any of our students who might be joining us this evening. I know they can't get enough of us during the day, so they're probably all at home excited to be here. We do thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedules to sit down with us and have a conversation regarding your children and their success here at North Middle School. Before I go any further, I just want to thank our parents for their support and their ability to continue to support the programs here at North Middle School. And a large part of that is from our PTO, our parent-teacher organization, and they're always here for us, and we greatly appreciate that. And our two co-presidents, Margaret Adams and Carrie Yee. I will turn the microphone over to them to say a few words.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Margaret Adams, along with Carrie Yee, your current PTO presidents, like Dr. Kozine just mentioned. As always, we are here to help you and administration in any way we can. So please feel free to reach out to us with any questions, concerns. Now we'd like to thank Dr. Kozine, Ms. Gunning, Ms. Anderson, and the 6th grade team leaders, Ms. Rice and Ms. Pizzito, for putting together tonight's wonderful presentation so that all the students, not just 6th grade students, can take the time to learn some study skills to set them up for success. So please remember that our panelists will be taking questions at the end. So please feel free to use the chat function throughout the presentation. Carrie? You're on mute. Carrie, you're on mute.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Margaret. Before the presentation, we have some quick updates to share with you. We will be holding our first in-person book fair in almost 2 years since the pandemic begins. So it will be from November 30th through December 2nd. Additionally, we are looking into making this an online sale as well. This is a wonderful way to buy the holiday gifts for the whole family and to support our school PTO at the same time. So you will receive information regarding the sale shortly. Please be part of the event and support us. Lastly, we would like to remind everyone that Picture Retake Day will be on Friday, November 19th. As always, please remember to check out our PTO website and Facebook page. Should you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us anytime. Now, back to you, Dr. Kozine, to start our wonderful event.
Thank you, Ms. Yee. Thank you, Ms. Adams. And thank you to Ms. Pizzito, Ms. Rice, Ms. Anderson, and Ms. Gunning for their support here this evening. I just wanted to provide everyone with kind of a genesis of where study skills this year came from. We've always worked at the 6th grade level to welcome our students coming in from at least 3 different elementary schools coming into a larger school. And again, as I said in the teaser that I sent out in the email, there's probably no more challenging transition in all of education as students move from a isolated classroom to busy hallways with 9 different teachers and 9 different personalities and backpacks that I'm sure some of you are still wondering what's going on. But we do have lockers back, and that's been exciting. And I want to tell you folks that your kids have been incredible with the adaptation to lockers. And keep in mind that 2/3 of our school had never had lockers before. So we've seen them walking around North Middle School like they're climbing Kilimanjaro with some of the backpacks they're wearing. It's so nice now to see them just carrying a string bag. They're actually putting their cell phones where they're supposed to in their lockers. They've adapted really well to it. So I'm really proud of that. I'm sorry we had to wait so long for that. But we wanted to make sure that we were in a good place for safety. But as for study skills, we also recognize that since March of 2020, some of our kids have lost that ability to kind of even think about, how do I get myself organized? What is time management like? I mean, my own 4 kids, time management during COVID was their bedroom. And do I lay down or do I sit up when I'm in class? It was a challenge. So we sat down last year, the team leaders, the team teachers on the 6th grade level, and with the help of Ms. Anderson and Ms. Gunning, we met with the team leaders at 7th and 8th grade, and we asked them, what can we do to prepare our students for 7th and 8th grade, and how can we almost like back design our study skills program so that not only in 6th grade, when they're coming into this brand new environment, will they be successful, but what are the things that we need to provide them for success in 7th and 8th grade? And ultimately, as they move on to North High School, how can they be successful at the high school level? I know that's a lot to think about, especially for our parents who are sixth grade parents. That's a 7-year journey. But from a person who just graduated 2 kids last year, and my other daughter's a senior now, it goes like that. So please enjoy it while it's here, and know that we're always here for you to help with this transition. And it doesn't matter 6th, 7th, or 8th grade. Middle school is crazy. It's tumultuous. One day your child's saying they love you, the next day they never want to speak to you again. That's normal. And in the middle of all this, we have to work on how can we have the kids have success with their learning and their social emotional growth. So without speaking too much, I'm going to turn it over to our team leaders, Ms. Esposito, who is the team leader for Team Adventure, and Ms. Rice, who is a team leader for Team Discovery. And thank you in advance for sharing your time with us this evening.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight as we talk about the study skills curriculum that we've implemented in the 6th grade. My name is Christine Esposito, and I'm the team leader of Team Adventure.
Hi, my name is Trina Rice, and I'm the team leader for Team Discovery. So we wanted to start off our presentation with giving you a little glimpse into the minds of your middle school students. What are they actually thinking about? So this clip is from the movie Inside Out, and we decided to show it to you because it really shows what is on their minds. So as you can imagine, study skills and organization is pretty far from their thoughts. So we thought this was a good picture for you to get the idea.
Hello, did I wake you?
You have to play that.
Well, I have to practice, and I don't think of it as playing so much as hugging. Okay, first day of school, very, very exciting. I was up late last night figuring out a new plan. Here it is, fear. I need a list of all the possible negative outcomes on the first day at a new school.
Way ahead of you there. Does anyone know how to spell meteor?
Disgust. Make sure Riley stands out today, but also blends in.
When I'm through, Riley will look so good, the other kids will look at their own outfits and barf.
Joy. Yes, Joy. You'll be in charge of the console, keeping Riley happy all day long. And may I add, I love your dress. It's adorable. Oh, this old thing? Thank you so much. I love the way it twirls. Train of thought, right on schedule. Anger. Unload the daydreams. I ordered extra in case things get slow in class.
Might come in handy if this new school is full of boring, useless classes, which it probably will be.
Oh, sadness. I have a super important job just for you. Really? Mm-hmm. Follow me.
What are you doing?
In there. Perfect. This is the circle of sadness. Your job is to make sure that all the sadness stays inside of it.
So, you want me to just stand here?
Hey, it's not my place to tell you how to do your job. Just make sure that all the sadness stays in the circle. See? You're a pro at this. Isn't this fun?
No.
Atta girl. All right, everyone, fresh start. We are going to have a good day, which will turn into a good week, which will turn into a good year, which turns into a good life.
So, big day, new school, new friends, huh?
I know. I'm kind of nervous, but I'm mostly excited. How do I look? You don't look hurt?
Very cute. You gonna be okay? You want us to walk with you?
Mom and Dad, with us in public, no thank you.
Yeah, I'm on it. Nope, I'm fine. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Have a good day at school, monkey.
Have a great day, sweetheart.
Are you sure we want to do this?
In we go.
Okay, going in, yes.
Okay, we got a group of cool girls at 2 o'clock.
How do you know?
Double ears pierced, infinity scarf.
Whoa, is she wearing eyeshadow?
Yeah, we want to be friends with them.
Let's go talk to them.
Are you kidding? We're not talking to them. We want them to like us.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what?
Almost finished with the potential disasters. Worst scenario is either quicksand, spontaneous combustion, or getting called on by the teacher. So as long as none of those happen.
Okay.
So again, just a really cute video, this clip of the movie really showing that clearly that the students are not thinking about study skills and organization when they're in middle school. So now Christine is going to talk to you about what the study skills are.
There you go. So when we talk about study skills, we want to look at what are study skills. So our students' versions of study skills right now are the act of texting, eating, watching TV with an open iPad nearby. And what we actually want to convey the message of is education methods and techniques that aid effective learning essentially viewed as a set of skills that can be acquired or taught. And just like Dr. Kozine had said before, that was one of the things that when we had brainstormed last year, just like we were teaching them math, science, social studies, we thought we needed to teach them study skills, that we didn't want to go under the assumption that they came to middle school knowing that they knew how to take notes, how to study for a test, how to organize themselves. So we really worked to try to include everything that we thought would help their middle school career and high school career, set them off on the right foot, and try to get that all in the beginning of the year for them.
So after we spoke to the 7th and 8th grade teachers and we were brainstorming different ideas on the skills that we really wanted our students to learn, these are the favorite 5 or Fave 5 that we've been calling them. Universal skills, iPad basics, interpersonal skills, time management, and organization.
And throughout the start of the year, our core 5 teachers on each team each took the subject that they felt most comfortable teaching. So they were getting, our students, our 6th graders, were getting these study skill lessons throughout each of their team classes for the first couple weeks of school. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through some of the activities that we've been doing with our students, break down each Fave 5 for you so you could see a little insight of what we've been working with. So for universal skills, we've been focusing on listening. What is active listening versus passive listening? Note taking, study skills being academic integrity, how to study for a test, and how to take a test. Some of the activities that we've been doing is we've been giving the students a survey to tell us how they think they are the best learner. That way we are able to go through their surveys and figure out what we can do to best support them in the classroom. We've also been giving them some test taking strategies, note taking tips. So this is one of the slides we shared with them when we did our test taking strategies unit. So a little acronym of RELAX, read the question, examine the answer choice, label your answer, always check your work, and X out the answers that you know are wrong.
Okay. iPad basics was another important skill that we talked about starting from the beginning, since they were lucky and the 6th graders especially had their iPads almost immediately in their hands. So we had them set up their Google Classrooms, showed them where to look for their missing assignments, their to-do lists, how to set up notifications. We showed them how to troubleshoot. So instead of them just raising their hand and saying, it's not working, we work with them to, you know, what else can you do instead of just raising your hand and panicking, right? Because technology, we always say, is not perfect. You're going to run into some troubles, but here's what you can do instead of just saying, I'm done, I can't do it. Common apps. So we fine-tuned what their screen should look like, and we went through all the apps that they were going to be using in all of their classrooms to make sure that they had easy access to those on their homepage. And then we also talked to them about digital citizenship. So what do good digital citizens do? They protect their private information from themselves and others. They stay safe online. They balance the time they spend online and using media. They carefully manage their digital footprint. They respect copyright and intellectual property. They stand up to cyberbullying when they see it happen, and they respect themselves and others.
Our third topic was interpersonal skills. And in middle school, this is arguably one of the most important sections that they'll have to learn. Email etiquette, conflict resolution, communication, whether it be peer-to-peer, peer-to-teacher, how to participate and talk to each other while you're working with a group, how to advocate for yourself, whether you're in school, when to ask a teacher versus when to ask a friend, or if you need help with your homework or any assignments that you're not sure about. So this was probably one of our most favorite lessons that we've done this year was email etiquette. Teaching the students to write an email has drastically changed the way that they have been communicating with us. We've taught them how to write a subject line, start writing to whomever you are writing to, write a well-written email body, and then sign your name. So what we were getting was on my left last year. It looked like I said stuff on the quizzes assignment. Can you please respond? Or, bro, I tried that. I'm not going to school till tomorrow. And now what we're getting with a beautifully written email with a subject line is, Dear Miss Bizito, how are you? I was wondering if I could turn in the homework assignment tomorrow. If I can't, I'll try to do it today. Thank you for reading my email, sincerely. And another one, hi, Miss Bizito, I've been having trouble with the math homework. Is there any chance you can help me? And they even have a sincerely and a whole signature line at their bottom. So this also goes to them advocating for them that they need help with something and having a proper way to communicate with us and each other.
Okay. Time management was our third one, right? That is on our list. I really enjoyed teaching them about time management because I think it's something that we can all benefit from, myself included. So we talked about what's on your plate, after school activities, extra help schedule, routines at home, that we all have this really full plate with so much to do every day that how can we prioritize and how can we try and get as much done as that's important and put some of the other stuff aside. Monotasking versus multitasking, how to focus on one thing at a time, taking breaks, distractions. We talked about creating due dates and deadlines for yourself, how to pace yourself. And then we even got in there how to manage your time so you actually get enough sleep. And the students were really, that was really fun to talk about because they didn't even realize how little sleep that they were actually getting. And by creating, even doing a sleep journal, they were so proud of themselves at the end when they realized that they actually had like 9 hours of sleep the night before because they put their cell phone somewhere else in their house and got rid of those distractions. So this is a sample from the What's on Your Plate activity. So students got an actual plate and what they were instructed to do was just fill it with everything that is on their schedule. And, you know, they started off with little things that I'm a student, I have homework, and then slowly they just started growing, taking care of siblings, doing my chores. Oh, sleeping is part of it. Eating, I have to read every day. And then they're realizing, oh, I have to check my social media, do a TikTok. So they really filled it with all of the things that was on their plate. And then we went back in and we said, okay, now, which are the most important things that we need to get done? And which are the things that maybe we can schedule later if we have the time? Okay. Monotasking, we talked about that, how it's important to, especially in middle school, to really focus on doing one activity or one task at a time, because multitaskers are more easily distracted than those who limit their time because they're trying to do more and instead they end up getting less done. So the more we allow ourselves to be distracted, the more we feel we need to be distracted. So we also showed them that there is an app called Be Focused, and some of my students actually started to use it so that they can put in, you know, the activities that they're working on, the things that they need to do, and it really breaks it down so that they can really see how much time they're spending on each activity. Okay. So another thing that we noticed, if you take a look on the right-hand side where it says done, 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 and you see the time stamp that's on there, these are all the times that we started noticing that students were submitting work. So as early as 7:49 a.m. and then as late as 11:46 p.m. or 11:03 p.m. So we really wanted, again, how can these students create their own schedule so that they can make sure that they are not up until 11 o'clock doing their homework. So we talked to them about planning to go to extra help every day after school, not just the day before a test. That should be in their everyday schedule. Don't rush to get their homework done, keeping track of their time. We talked about setting a timer. And then when the timer goes off, see where they're at that particular assignment. which will help them pace themselves. And again, setting a schedule or a to-do list. So as they work, they can really just cross off everything that they finished. So then they can decide how much more time do I want to now spend with my family having dinner, right? How much more time do I need for my math homework or to study for a test?
Then we get to organization. And this we really talk about the physical organization of themselves and their materials and how to set yourself up digitally for organization. So lockers is on this list. It's been our new favorite thing at North Middle School, decorating our lockers, putting our shelves in our lockers, leaving our iPads on the floor while we're at our lockers. We're still working on that. But we really wanted to make sure that they get themselves up for the set up for the day. And that time before homeroom and during homeroom is probably the most important 10 minutes of the day, where they can really set themselves up and get what they need to be successful for the rest of the day. So one of our favorite activities that we had done with our students is go through messy or clean backpacks and have races trying to find items. So it was unbelievable that they really got to see whether you have a clean backpack that's organized versus if you have a messy backpack, how much time is spent looking for items that are unnecessary versus having everything in order and you save so much time. So we gave our students the scavenger hunt and we had races of going through these backpacks trying to find things. The kids had a blast with it, but at the end they really took away that the more organized I am set up for the day, the easier it will be for me to find things. My favorite saying right now is, can I borrow a pencil? And so I'll say, show me your backpack, and we'll find 7 pencils at the bottom of it and reorganize it every time. But it's all going into those must-haves. And the more we communicate with them and tell them the expectations of what they should have, the easier it gets to be on them. So just like we mentioned digital organization, a lot of the teachers are using Notability. So this is just a screenshot of one of our students' Notability screens. You could see that we've organized or showed them how to organize all of their subjects into dividers and separating all of their notes, labeling notes in order to stay appropriately so they can find everything easier. We're really working with them on how to make their schooling more efficient by having them be able to find the things that they need as quick as possible. So by titling our notes, titling our homework, putting them into the subjects and areas where they belong, really is helpful for a lot of kids be able to find what they're looking for. We've also purchased middle school agendas for all of the 6th graders. We've done that the past few years for several reasons. We want our 6th graders to make those to-do lists for themselves. It allows them to see all of their assignments at once instead of able to prioritize. In elementary school, they're used to 1 Google Classroom. This has 9. We have 9 Google Classrooms that they are responsible for looking at. So when they're able to see their homework in one place every day, they're able to see the upcoming assignments, tests, make countdowns. We have them put into their agenda every day the homework for the class and any upcoming tests. And then we encourage them to see how long your assignments take you. There's different reasons that we encourage the use of agendas. We want them to be aware of their pacing. It teaches the students how to organize and use their time wisely. The student can allow the time to work efficiently and effectively. They could determine in which order they feel like they need to complete it. Some students like to complete their shorter assignments first. Some students like to complete their longer assignments first and then end with their shorter. It gives them a sense of independence. They have the personal responsibility for checking off their assignments, and it allows them to see how much time they're spending on tasks. It also allows parents to see what they have for homework that night and have that communication with your child about homework. So part of our organization that we talk about too is home organization. Where do you do your homework? Are you in a room or a place where it limits your focus? So this is an example of a room. Hopefully it's not any of our students laying on the bed, doing their homework. Having all of these distractions around limits their focus. It decreases their productivity and it diminishes their sleep quality. Whereas when we have a work area, whether it be a desk, a kitchen table, an island in the kitchen, anywhere that limits the distractions, they're actually able to monotask more and getting one assignment done at a time. And there we go. Go ahead, Ms. Rice, this one's you.
You see the, okay. So, oh, there we go. I see the pictures coming up now. So locker life, the good, the bad, and the unorganized. So we talked to them about now what your locker should look like. So far, so good. The very first locker and the second locker is pretty much where we're at right now. It's still looking pretty neat. They don't have too much junk or garbage in there yet. So we really hope to avoid this year having the locker starting to look like the last two on the right. So again, this is something that we've been monitoring. We've been standing out in the hallways, reminding the students when in the morning during homeroom, I'm out there saying, okay, phone's in your locker. What do you need for periods 1, 2, and 3? They're pulling it out. They're putting that stuff in their string backpack, and they're leaving everything else in their locker. So again, fingers crossed, 1 and 2 is our goal for the whole school year.
And then lastly, we pulled a one-hit wonder of ours out of the North Middle Archive. It is completely embarrassing to us. So if the children ask about it, pretend that you've never seen it before. But there are a lot of great tips and advice in this video that we thought it was worthwhile sharing it with you.
My head is spinning, my brain is fried. Mom and Dad knew I lied. Said I never had homework, did it all in school. My friends thought I was crazy, but I thought I was cool.
So now I'm in trouble with a capital T, with a whole bunch of F's and a couple of D's. What could I do to get back on track? I need a plan of attack. I'm really being honest when I say I'm kind of scared.
Not on the list, be prepared.
Now about the dreaded homework, don't turn your head away. If you follow what I tell you, you'll always save the day. Take out your agenda or my homework app. There's always Google Classroom, so easy, it's a snap.
Write down every assignment, due dates and all. Doing this daily will prevent the fall.
In the class, don't be a jerk. Do everything to make it work. Ask the questions, raise your hand. Get your head out of the sand.
Don't forget, always try to be neat, and the golden rule, never cheat.
Another part of the master plan, organization, yes you can.
Asking for help is not a sin. Those who do always win.
Suffer in silence, don't you dare. Speak up, reach out, we really do care.
Read a book, put the games away. You can text later, start today.
You want to do well, you've got the drive. With good study skills, you'll always thrive. Cosine, out.
I know that was really exciting. There may or may not be a remake in the work. But we thought it was important to share, the things that we have been working on with you. And I don't know, let me stop sharing my screen. But if there are any questions of study skills, tips, tricks, what we've been doing, please feel free to let us know.
I don't know, I don't see any questions in the Q&A. If any parents have any questions from this evening's presentation, we please ask that you type them in there and we'll take a look at them.
To start, can I ask a question?
Please.
Where can I get the copy of the video? Have our children watched the video? It's so cool.
MTV owns the rights now.
Have our children watched the video? Thank you so much for taking into so much thoughts in producing this. Thank you.
We're going to show it to them. We actually have some exciting days for Team Adventure and Team Discovery coming up. But we are having a remake of it soon.
That's great.
Maybe it will be a live performance.
I did want to say to the group and to everyone, all of our parents that are here and students possibly, that there's no perfect study skill profile for a kid. It's going to work what works best for him or her. And again, you'll have some of your children who will be great and they'll have A through Z list every night and other ones who don't, but they can both have success along the way. It's just a matter of what works best for them. It's trying to find that. And that's what our 6th grade teachers this year tried to get those options to them so they could see what's the best fit for them. It's almost like that book, what's your best fit book? Our 7th and 8th graders are in the process now. Our 7th graders are too cool for the 6th grade stuff, but they're still learning as well. And again, last year was a difficult year for them. If they were in school, maybe half the year last year. So it's getting back up to speed. But I want to, again, thank our 6th grade teachers for putting the time in this year, because we really want to see the results next year, because we front loaded our study skills this year in 6th grade, hoping that next year in 7th grade, our 7th grade teachers will see those results. And then a year and 2 years from now, our 8th grade teachers will say, wow, whatever we're doing in 6th grade is working now, because they're coming to us better prepared to take on the rigors of 8th grade. So in a perfect world, that's what will happen as we go through this new process.
We don't have any questions, but we do have a comment from a parent. And the parent said, fantastic job on the video and this webinar. Look forward to more. So it looks like you have a side job to do, producing more fun, fun and productive videos in the future.
All right. Any other questions or any other comments, Ms. Yee?
Another comment as well for another parent. This is helpful to understand what the kids are learning in this regards, so we can reinforce this. Thanks. That's another comment. We don't usually have we don't have any questions so far. 2 comments.
And just keep in mind that the partnership that we have with parents is extremely important. Where there's ever a question and you want to reach out to us, please don't hesitate to do so. A team leader, a teacher, a counselor, the main office, an administrator, we're here to support you. We'd rather answer your questions than have you not know and not be able to provide that support for your child. And they need to see that partnership as well. They need to understand that the school and mom and dad are working together as we help them succeed in learning and also with our social emotional growth. And that's been a focus of what we're doing this year as well, that kids need to feel comfortable and safe in school so they can really engage in a learning process.
We have another comment. This was amazing. Thank you very much for what you are doing. Thank you. I do have another comment on my own. I think this is labeling studying skills. This is lifetime skills. Those are some of the very important lifetime skills for our students. Even they can use it even when they grow up. Time management, organizational skills, communication skills, how to write an email, those basics. I wish I could have the opportunity to learn more during my middle school years. Those skills affect my living every day. So thank you. And thank you, Ms. Rice, Ms. Esposito, and thank you for our wonderful principals to putting this together. Let me see. Another question. Is this webinar recorded? And are you going to share?
I am recording it, but I'm almost afraid to share it because that means the video might go out there. So we might have to delete that. But yes, it's being recorded and we will post it on our website for other parents and people who could not make it this evening. As we always recognize, and as Ms. Rice shared, we know our kids are overcommitted after school. We know as parents that you're running around. I say as a father of 4, I'm an Uber driver and I'm basically an ATM. And that's our job. And you guys are running around and our kids are busy. So we understand that. So we do record these as well. Anything else, Ms. Yee, or?
So far, so good. We don't have any related topic-related questions. I think that's it. It's very beneficial. Thank you.
I guess at this point that I know everyone is busy, so I want to thank Ms. Esposito and Ms. Rice for their leadership at the 6th grade level with their teams and for being able to present this evening. They really took charge with the study skills curriculum over the summer. I want to thank our amazing PTO for their support. Ms. Shee and Ms. Adams, thank you. To Ms. Gunning, Ms. Anderson, thank you for being part of everything we do every day. And to our parents who are here, thank you for trusting us with your kids every day. You send us your most prized commodity, and that's a lot. That takes a lot to do that. We don't take that lightly. And they're middle schoolers. So There are some days that you're probably really glad to drop them off, and other days that you want to just spend a mom, daughter, mom, son, dad, daughter day with your kids. But that's the beauty of middle school. So savor it while it's here. Know that you always have support with your North Middle School family. And I also need you to know that we're going to call on you sometimes because we need your support to make sure that we're working together with this. So without further ado, I want to thank you for joining us for study skills at the middle school level. I hope everyone has an amazing evening. Be well and be safe. Thank you.